Hello, my little stars, and welcome back to Mafiafell by the darkpetal16. This is Dawn Wingeding's Gaster's route. So, this is chapter 4, a new boss. Your eyes flare open, a sense of grogginess weighs in you. Proud of you. You're proud of him too. Did you tell him that? Does he know it? Well, he better know it, because goodness knows where he is. Your notice part is much brighter than normal. With a jerk, you sit up and look at the clock. You only have an hour until you have to be at work. Cookies! Your morning routine is as God as you hurry to get ready. You don't even have time for breakfast as you rush out the door. It had been a long time since you stayed up so late. You're certain that this is what caused you to sleep in. It's not as if you regret it. Mr. Scott clearly needs someone to talk to. However, you wish you'd woken up earlier. Next time you stay up late, you'll have to remember to set an alarm. It's a lovely day outside. Warm enough that even the shadows cast by the large buildings don't feel cold. There's a constant breeze as you power walk your way to work. You get to it without needing to break a sweat. You enter the Black Swan and the smell of cigar and booze instantly hits you. Ugh. You sometimes wish the Black Swan had windows so a fresh breeze would come in. Unfortunately, there's no windows. The boss likes the dark lighting, he says. It sets the mood. To your surprise, you notice the Papyrus is here today as well. He is seated at the bar with the boss, Mr. Eel. Mr. Eel notices you come in. He waves you over. Mr. Eel is the Black Swan owner. He prefers his employees refer to him as boss. A tough, grumpy old man with dark skin, dark hair, and naturally blue eyes. He's a rare human with enough magic in him to cast spells, not enough to qualify for magic training, hence he was not allowed or invited to go to Harry Potter's School of Witchcraft. Harry Potter's School of Witchcraft and Wizardry? Yes, Harry Potter left Hogwarts and opened his own school. He was so full of himself he named it after himself. I meant to say Hogwarts. Oh no. Anyway, you've never seen Mr. Eel use magic, although many patrons joke he uses it to make his food taste so good. Easy here, lass, says Mr. Eel. You greet both of them. You two know each other, Mr. Eel asks you when you address Papyrus by his name. Miss Twinkle and I have been introduced, says Papyrus. Good, he says. Child, I've sold the swan to this here gentleman. Your eyes widen. You had not even known the restaurant was up for sale. It wasn't, Mr. Eel responds. This here lad simply drove a hard bargain. I so want to know what he told him. Your old boss shrugs. I ain't as springy no more, but I may think of settling down. You knew Mr. Eel wasn't young, well into his 70s, but you never thought he'd retire. He always had so much energy and he was so always lively in the kitchen with the other chefs. He was an excellent boss who took care of all his employees. You're sad to see him go. Your action makes the boss soften his demeanour. He gives you a hard pat on your shoulder. Don't you worry, Miss Papyrus. Promise to not replace any of you without good concern. I hope you'll do just fine, lass, and you know how to reach me if something comes up. Rest assured, Miss Twinkle, says Papyrus, you will not lose your job. That's good. That's great. When Papyrus was watching everyone yesterday, it must have been an assessment. You're curious how well you did. Well enough not to lose your job right away. But what about down the line? You work at the Black Swan for 4 years. You're reluctant to have to find another job in this city, especially one with as great of a boss as Mr. Eel. Papyrus says, May we return to business, Mr. Eel? Aye, Mr. Papyrus. Get along, lass. Yes, sir. And you get along per orders. You feel more energized than usual as you arrive home. You slept in late and despite a busy shift, you do not feel tired. How will you spend your day? Should we go for a run? Why not? Let's go for a run! YOLO! What's the worst could happen? You change into your running clothes and put your dinner in the fridge. It'll be a nice treat when you come back. The night air is filled with city noises as you made your way to the park. The familiar hums of jazz music from the late-night bars, to men loudly laughing and chattering with one another, to escorts calling out at passersby, Hey, you want a good time? Oh no, sorry, Minnie would kill me. Mickey, what are you doing here? I don't actually know. Wrong game, sorry. You run down the area. Really comes to life at night, especially on a Friday night. You pass many people in the street who pay you no mind. You hop over the cracks, keeping to the sidewalk that's lit by the magical amethyst-coloured crystals and lampposts. That sounds freaking magical. Can I have these magical crystals? It's only city that uses coloured lamppost. One of the many unique quirks about it. Rune City, the capital of Delta, where you lived previously, uses electrical lampposts, and they are only stationed on the main road. The Dremir's gift of light to this dark city is much appreciated, especially right now, when you've chosen to take a jog near midnight, alone, in a mafia-run city. This is going to get me killed. Oh, Christ! If Lawrence was with you, he'd definitely scold you. You're near the park. There's a tingling in your chest. You stop immediately. I may or may not have done something stupid, but it's okay. My character's an idiot. Let's linger. Why not? Let's be still. Oh, never mind. You lower yourself to the ground, your pink eyes scanning around. There, a group of men, drunk. If their stumbling and cluttering of bottles is any indication, are meandering down the opposite sidewalk. See it through. One drawls, fucking covered. How's that happen? How's this happen? I know, they nod, and you realise they are part of the Birch family. It's rare to see the mafios from that family so close to your area. Where the vine mark themselves with green, the Birch wear suit hats with orange bands and an orange feather in them. Oh my god, what are they trying to be? Robin Hood? What is this? The more feathers, oh my god, the more feathers they have, the higher the ranking. Quick, steal all their feathers. I should have them all. I'll just wear a headdress of feathers. Then I will be the mightiest. Was there when it first started? I saw it from the beginning. 5. Huh? It's a monster, says one of them. Not even, he hiccups, not even those guards could take it on. A monster? That'd be fun to watch, laughs the highest ranking. The deathless beast against a royal guard. The royal guard? Royal guard? Why are they talking about undying papyrus in them? They all laugh at that. Monsters fighting monsters is something I pay to see. Oh, that's disgusting. Why don't they? A lot of people would pay. I'd pay. Know what else I'd pay for? A fucking laugh. That one pulls out a gun and holds it. Why are you wearing a gun? Wait, no, stupid question. I know he's got a gun, but don't pull out a gun. What do you mean a fucking laugh? What do you mean a laugh? Well, you're gonna shoot someone because you're freaking jumping like, you're dead, man. Oh god, there's a warm tingle. You're close to day. You can't stay any longer. You turn and sprint home. Goodbye. You don't hesitate. You turn on your heels to sprint away. Oi! Look at them go. Oh no, what is it? Do they just get triggered by movement at any time someone runs away from them? They just feel the urge to like get their guns and just start shooting things. Maybe they're secretly T-Rexes or something. No wait, T-Rexes don't go for, do they go for movement? Maybe they're bulls. Bulls go for movement. You hear a voice a good distance behind you shout. Where are you running to? Laughs another. Oh yeah, they think I'm a boy because of my outfit. Oh, good lord, if I was a girl, I'd like to think what they would have done. Larsena, where's he running to? Larsena, ask him. No, I'm going home. Goodbye. I don't want to talk to you, drunken fools. You're almost around a corner. There's a warm tingle in your chest. Oh god, jump back unexpectedly. The freaking thing. You jump back. A bullet whizzes in front of you, hitting the street beside you as it misses. The fuck? Fucker dodged. Did you see that shit? Yeah, I dodged. Try and hit me now. You can't touch this. Did it. You don't linger. You sprint on the corner as the voices laugh behind you. Their tones tinged with drunken glee. Footsteps pound behind you. Uneven but strong. Why are they chasing me? Where the shits? They giggle and yelp with glee. They're high as a kite, running you down with unrelenting paws. You run fast though. Fast enough they can't catch you with their hands. Click. There's a warm tingle in your chest. The gun, however. Apparently, go into the alley on your left. It'll take you longer to get home, but this way is too narrow for them to chase you, and also, because you turn the left, it means the bullet will go forward. Frickin' go down the alley! You shimmy through it with speed that only comes with fearing for your life. You hear a bullet go behind you. Ears ringing from them firing the gun so close to you. Fuck! I ain't chasing down there. Why the fuck not? This is a new suit, you fuck. Get back, fucker! Wait, new suit? Oh yeah, because he's wearing a new suit. It's a new suit. I don't want to get it dirty. What a... there's a laugh behind you as the group of men stumble into one another. One of them hiccups and then another turns around and proceeds to throw up. You don't stop to watch. You make it through the alley and you bolt home. You do not stop until you are back inside your apartment, panting and out of breath. Hey, darkpetal16, look at that. I went outside my comfort zone. Are you proud of me? I nearly got my character deaded. It's okay. My character's alive. We're all good here. No worries. Let's not do it again. You changed your pajamas. You get in bed and decide not to go running at night again. At least tomorrow you can spend time with Rodsy. Yeah, let's just think of that, yeah. You wake up fresh and energized somehow, amazingly. You go through your morning routine and once satisfied, you head out. You take a trolley bus to reach your destination. You don't want to risk arriving sweaty, so you arrive earlier than planned. You nurse Rodsy waiting for you outside the shop. Rodsy's waiting for you outside the dessert shop. The tall monster casually leans against the brick wall. He is in a similar attire to the last time you met him, only today he wears a yellow tie. It matches well with his golden red eyes. He notices you right away, and he smiles at you. Hey, Miss Twinkle! You immediately smile back and echo his greeting. As you approach, you catch a whiff of something floral in the air. You notice he's also holding a small cigar. A cigarette. Oh wait, no. It smells nothing like a cigarette. The smoke it emanates is strangely a bright yellow, and it seems to be the source of the floral scent. My heroes, he explains when he notices your curious expression. Magic flowers. My mother and siblings grow together. When they burn, the smoke soothes magic. Your mother grows drugs. I bet you a lot of you guys were thinking it too. I'm not the only one that thought that was what that said. Soothes magic? Humans use something called incense, right? You've heard some humans burn candles or incense to reduce stress. Rodsy crushes the Mahi roll in his palm. He brushes the debris out of his palm and into the streets. Think of it like that then. Are you ready for something sweet? You bean, definitely. Then let's not wait. You two enter the dessert shop. Monterey Sunrise is a brightly coloured dessert shop. Splash of orange, rose pink, yellow, and purple cover most of the shop. Rows of ice cream, cakes, macaroons, pies, many more sweet delights are on full display. All the cases are magically enchanted to keep the food fresh for longer. If uncertain how long, you could never afford such an enchantment. But you did hear the boss offhandedly tell you he could keep a pie fresh for a month. Imagine what he could do with a body. Actually, don't entertain that thought. The Black Swan did not have desserts often. Too much sugar and sauce tends to lead to the patrons getting sick in the bathroom. So you've been told at least. Mallory Sunrise did not have any place to sit. It's intended to purchase your food and leave. So most of it's designed to be handheld. Rodsy and you place an order. Rodsy gets a triple stack butterscotch ice cream cone and you order chocolate ice cream cone. With your treat in hand, the two of you decide to enjoy the nice weather and go for a walk while eating. You take the lead. Recalling that Rodsy isn't familiar with the city, you decide to head to a less crowded part of the city so the two of you don't have to compete for space on the sidewalk. There is a comfortable, companionable silence between the two of you as you eat, despite the fact that his ice cream cone is larger than your head. Rodsy makes quick work of it. By the time you're halfway through your chocolate ice cream cone, he's already licked his fingers clean. I should have ordered two, he sighs. You offer to share yours. Really? Sure. I hope Mr. Wingdings doesn't spot that. He bends over and takes a bite out of your offering. He licks his lips. Yeah, that's good stuff. Thanks for sharing. You're glad to. Rodsy pulls out another Mario. Do you mind? You shake your head. He breathes out a small plume of fire, igniting it as the two of you walk. So long as that can't freaking suffocate me, you're fine. But if at any point you try to suffocate me with your Mahi roll, then we're going to have issues. I've already had two try to kill me with things. Or at least do something with it. Nefarious things. He said it was similar to what humans do with incense, to soothe magic. So you ask if he's stressed. Everyone is stressed, he says casually. He smiles at you. But it's better when I'm in the city. Does he not live in the city? Not exactly, he says. Not a actually allowed in the city. Understandable. The city will get you killed. The second you look down an alleyway, boom, bullet. He raised an eyebrow at that. Strict parents and all that, he says. Ah, you can relate to that, yeah? Oh, I can relate in a very different way, little man. You hesitate. You hadn't talked to anyone about your past. Lawrence is the only one who knows, and that's because he lived it alongside you. You quietly admit you aren't on speaking terms with your parents. Strict? Fralsy inquires. In a sense. You remain vague, not wholly on purpose. You don't know how to explain it. You know how to put it into words. Thinking about it makes you feel deeply uncomfortable. Like wearing an itchy sweater, and you aren't allowed to scratch. He studies your face. Clarity comes over him. His golden red eyes widen briefly, then soften. I understand, he says. You meet his gaze to see if he truly does. You see discomfort reflect back at you. It's enough to make you smile. There's no warmth or joy to your smile. Rather, it's one made of bitter relief. Here's his shitty parents, Raltsy dryly says. He holds out his mahi roll to you like a wine glass. You bump your chocolate ice cream cone against it, as you both mirthlessly celebrate your childhood. You still live with him? He asks you. No. You and your brother ran away. Wow, how old? You were 12, he was 17. Raltsy's eye widened. You were both kids? Where did you go? You explained that you and your brother ran to Rune City. Your brother had saved enough over the years to get a little apartment. On his own? You two were completely on your own? Raltsy is gaping at you. As children? You shrug. It wasn't like either of you had a choice. You'd both be dead if you stayed. You're incredible, he says, glancing down away from you. I could never. You never know what you're capable of until the moment comes. Maybe, he says. Does Raltsy still live with his parents? Yes, he says, and forces out a short laugh. Father is a difficult man, to say the least. Hard to say no to him. Hard to... He gives a small shrug. You get it. It's more suffocating than anything. That I can tell you, I've experienced suffocation by red spicy smoke. Hey, now you're not gonna hold that against me forever, are you? Okay, maybe what I did was a little extreme, but you gave me no choice. You wouldn't think it. Mother keeps a pretty home, but I feel like I can only breathe when I'm outside of it. You understand, like walking on eggshells? Yeah, he says. I knew your soul felt nice. All of them are just touchy-feely at my freaking soul. Do you not mind? No, it's like, I don't know, cincey-wencing my soulie, please. So it's like, oh no, all the hot guys can totally sense me. I am that attractive. Shut up, soul. Soul abuse. Who would have thought we're kindred? You got a hobby? You paint. He grins, his demeanor brightening. Really? I actually do too. You giggle. You ask Raltsy what he's currently working on. Actually, I'm painting a picture of kittens. You can't resist laughing at that. You're doing the exact same thing. Golly. Golly. See? He says golly. Just like Lawrence does. Lawrence says golly as well. Oh, blaming golly. I'm getting fed up of hearing golly. You reach a point in the road where you need to decide where to lead the two of you next. Well, there's another shop close to our apartment. It's smaller, not as well known as Malay. You ask Raltsy if he wants to visit another dessert shop. A different one, he asks? Yes. Sure, he says. I like finding new sweet spots. You smile at Raltsy and start to guide the two of you to the shop. You take him through the alleyway and off the crowded sidewalk. You really know your way around the city, huh? Raltsy asks. You have to. Do you always take the alley? In the day. You try to avoid them at night. Raltsy frowns at that. Why? In parts because it's dangerous and also they get dark. You gesture to a lamppost on the sidewalk. The light of the lamppost rarely reaches into alleyways. You don't have a portable light? You frown your brows. Unfortunately, you do not. They're not... Raltsy stops himself and scratches his chin. Are they too expensive? Most magic items have a steep cost. It's not something you can splurge on. Oh, he says. You shrug. It's always been this way. Out on the alleyway, the two of you get a rare moment of sunshine peeking out from the buildings and shining on the street. The street is cast in a golden glow and you both stop. There are police outside one of the storefront buildings. It's the dessert shop you plan to take Raltsy to. There's a small crowd of people by the police. We should probably leave, says Raltsy. You agree. The police in the city make you uneasy. What could they be there for anyway? The area is roped off. You can't get close enough to listen in to any conversation either. The dessert shop doesn't look broken into. A wind rifles through your white hair, and on the breeze you catch a familiar scent. There's a warm tingle in your chest, and you know the smell better than your own body wash. You smell it every morning when you open your kitchen window. It's the smell of yellow roses. Oh my god, Dr. Rose has struck again! Or possibly a copycat, or possibly... I'm going to hold the thoughts to myself. Don't think about it. It's nothing. I technically saw nothing. Technically I did. You choose not to... That doesn't bode well for your neighbourhood, no, because it just keeps getting worse and worse, I swear. Rosie puts a hand on his shoulder. Are you okay? You're shaking. You had not noticed. It's okay, he says soothingly, rubbing his large hand on your back. You take a deep breath. You count to 3. You let it out slowly. Rosie hesitates, asking you, do you know the owner? Not well enough. You're okay now. A silence falls into a soft blanket around you two. Miss Twinkle? Rosie whispers, I want you to have something. He takes out something from his suit pants pocket. It's a small handheld mirror. This is an enchanting mirror, he says. What are you, friggin' Beauty and the Beast? What is this? Supposed to be like the magic mirror the Beast gives Belle? Rosie? I mean, it's trade convenient. It's the freaking mirror and it's coming from Rosie. I'm just saying. There's a fanfic in the making there. It can act as a way to communicate. I have another one at home, and I share this connection with my sibling. I want you to have this one. But the thing is likely more expensive than all the buildings in your neighborhood. For my peace of mind, he says. If you get in trouble, you can contact me. He pauses. Not only trouble, I like you, Miss Twinkle. I want to be your friend. I can't visit the city often, but this way we can still reach each other. You hesitate. He places it in your hand and folds your fingers over it. Please, he asks you. You give him a small smile. Okay, since he's your friend. His eyes shine like the dawn, his whole demeanor brightening. Thank you, Miss Twinkle. You tell him that the miss is not necessary. Twinkle, he repeats, then, smiling widely. My friend. Lawrence had a friend. Oh, God, no. No, I don't want to talk about Robert. Please, spare me, Robert. Robert Hoffer holds out a large bronze key. You accept it. Keep it on you at all times, he says. The freckled ginger closes your hand around the key. Don't set it down anywhere outside. You nod. Okay, go on and open the door with it. You step around him. Robert, the same height as you, is skinnier than Lawrence, a pale-faced man with more freckles than you can count, and his hair is a shocking red with many tight curls and eyes bluer than the sky. He is Lawrence's partner. You insert the key and twist it. There's a click. You try to open the doorknob. It doesn't budge. Annoying thing, ain't it? He asks you. You gotta lift the knob when you turn it. Figures we'd get the one hotel room with a busted door. You lift the knob and turn it. The door opens. All right, he says. Go on in. I'll grab our stuff from the car. You can... He waves you off. You're dead on your feet, kid. Grab a bed and get some rest. Okay. You enter the hotel room and immediately smells sterile cleaner and must. He shuts the door behind you with a click, and you listen to his footsteps go down the hallway until you can't hear it anymore. It's only you. You anxiously rub your hands. Your nail polish is starting to chip. It's a decent hotel room, maybe. You've never been in one before. You have nothing to compare it to. There's one large room with green gold 2 beds. There's a table shoved under one of the windows with 2 chairs. No kitchen, but there is a bathroom. It's barren otherwise. No pictures, no calendars, no lamps. That's fine. You and Robert don't plan to be here that long. A week tops, he said. The city is no place to linger, after all. He'll find Lawrence, and then you can go back to Room City with your brother. Oh, he should never gone looking for Lawrence. Your son Lawrence will scold you for missing school. You're supposed to start your senior year. But there's a lecture you're willing to accept. So long as you find him, which you will, even if it takes the whole week, or even a whole month, and you miss so much school you have to repeat, you'll find him. You won't leave without him. A month later, there's a knock on your hotel door. Oh, God. He should never gone looking for Lawrence. Whatever Robert found is the problem. There's a box at the door. You friend look up and down the hallway. You don't see anyone. You take the box and bring it in. You set it on the table. There's no name to it. After a moment's thought, you decided to open the box. They had to know that we were in that room. That's why they left it, kind of like a warning to do not go looking for Lawrence. Don't go be nosying. Stay out of it. Otherwise you're going to end up the same way. You can always apologize to Robert later if there's something you should not have seen. You take off the lid, and at once you smell something sickly sweet and coppery. In the box is Robert's head. They put his head in a box. His face is controlled into a gasp. Horrified expression. His blue eyes are milky and vacant as they stare lifelessly ahead. His nose was crushed in. Dry blood all around it and his mouth. They put his head in a box. Did they put Lawrence in a box? Your world stops. Your body goes colder than winter and starts to tremble. You try to breathe. You try to catch your breath. But you've been thrown into glacier water that relentlessly drags you down. Your hands shake as your knees get out from under you. Everything tilts. What did you see, Robert? It's a new day. Robert saw some stuff, and this is why we don't go be nosying, or we still end up in the same situation as Robert. I'm just saying, let this be a lesson to you all. Don't go being too nosy, otherwise you'd find yourself in the same situation as freaking Robert. Bad Robert. You shouldn't have gotten nosy. Whoop whoop, you know what time it is. It's time for a double feature. Here's the next chapter. Hello my little stars and welcome back to If Mafiafell by the darkpetal16. This by here is still Dawn Wingding's Route. This is chapter 5. We will of course be combining chapter 4 and 5 together as we did last time. I'm just going to turn up the volume a bit so you don't hear the computer fan whizzing like crazy. Chapter 5, 1, 2, 3. You don't eat breakfast that morning. Tomorrow's Monday and you'll have to go to work. Today, however, you are free. You've already done your morning run and are dressed for the day. What should you do? Why? I kind of disappointed. My character should have gotten a new pillow way before now, so let's go and get a new pillow. You purchase a new pillow from the furniture shop down the road, and then you get your groceries for the week. You carry your groceries in a black bag that you bring with you to the store. The paper bag provided by the store doesn't have handles, and more than once you've had the bag split open on your walk home. You unfortunately run out of a lot of things this week, so the bags are bulging with how full they are, and your arms are tired halfway home. Good day, miss. A soothing voice interrupts you, and there's a warm tingle in your chest. You stumble. You twist around to see a tall monster leaning against a wall in the alleyway. It's the monster you saw outside your home. The one who said you had a bad timing. Your mouth goes dry. A cold snake slithers down your spine as your stomach tightens into a knot. The handsome monster takes off his black suit hat and offers you a disarming charm smile as he bows. In a sweeter than sugar, he says, "Thank you for stopping. I was hoping to run into you again." There's a warm tingle in your chest, and your chest feels uncomfortably tight. Your breathing quickens. Anxious discomfort intermingles with odd urge that you can't explain. Your soul is torn, and the opposite side straining you. You want to turn away from him. In the same moment you want to step closer. Blooming soul, are you up to it again? Oh my god, he's absolutely freaking handsome and gorgeous. Let me go in his arms. No. Bad so. Bad. Don't spray me with water. Sorry, sometimes the soul just gets out of hand. It takes you a minute to find your voice and your throat dry. As you crack out a small why? To apologize, of course, he says, his voice low and velvety smooth with a honey-sweet coat. I was terribly rude to you, he says. I am deeply sorry for that. You called me at an awful time and I took it out on you. I understand that's no excuse, but I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. He speaks in a flowery words with a saccharine voice. Lawrence told you, those are the most dangerous folks, the ones who can use pretty words to hide their knives. There's a warm tingle in your chest. If you would allow me, I would be happy to help you carry those, offers the monster. Oh my. Well then, Well, since he wants to make it up to me, sure, let's let him carry the groceries. He puts his black suit hat back on and takes all the groceries from your arms. Oh, I thought he was just going to take 1 or 2, bags, but no, he took all of it. And leaves you the pillow. Yay, I get to snuggle a pillow. Thank you, my dear, he says. Where are my manners? I am Wingerding Gaster. Oh, that's the same last name as Papyrus has. Wingerding's briefly frowns. You know my brother? Yes, he's your new boss. You really like him. How interesting, he says slowly. Small world. His mouth turns up in a half-smirk, half-smile manner. Surprisingly so. How long have you worked at the, Black Swan, is it? Yes, the Black Swan. You worked there for 4 years. Do you enjoy it? You love your job. Better than you hating it, he muses. And him? Pardon? What does he do? I'm a consultant, he says. I help manage businesses. Well, that's one way of putting it, isn't it? That's a fancy way. Oh, come now, my dear. I can't overwhelm you with all the information. You're far too cute for that. What kind of business? A variety, he says vaguely. Never in the food industry, however. I'm interested to see how Papyrus does. He turns his head. His amethyst eyelids connect with your peony-coloured gaze. You can't hold it. You have to look away first. You look down at your feet. Your ears burn. Whoa! The startled shout comes from above you. You sharply look up to see something fall towards you. A tendril black shadow slaps it from the end into the road where it shatters. A flower pot, you realise. Its soil and flowers are scattered in the road. The shadow retreats to Wingerding's. You shouldn't look away, he says in a teasing tilt. Who knows what you'll miss? Your face burns and you abruptly look away again. It takes you several seconds to scrounge up a small but no less sincere thank you. You are more than welcome, my dear, he says. I will happily go to war with any flower pot for you. Oh my goodness gracious me! Okay. It's just straight to it, aren't we? Like, no beating around the bush. We just gone straight to the foot. You hold the pillow closer to your chest, hoping it can smooth the sound of your pounding heart. Sorry! A voice shouts from above. You and Wingdings look up to see a man and a woman leaning out the window. We're sorry, the woman calls out to you. It was an accident. Just be more careful. Wingerding silently watches you. The two of you continue on. You arrive home, still clutching the pillow tight. You hesitate at your door. Do you invite him in? You consider it. Your snore doesn't negatively react. Then it is safe to let him in. What made him dangerous in the first place? Wingerdings has stepped behind you, close enough that you can feel the warmth of his body. He bends down and whispers in your ear. Everything okay? Must he whisper? He's constantly super close to me. Oh my. Oh. Be still my beating heart and calm down soul. Oh my god, it's a dream come true. Shut up, soul. A shiver goes up your spine. You twist your head to see that he has shifted to hold the groceries with his shadow. Heat rises to your face as your heart thumps. You seem flustered, my dear, he says in a low voice. Do you require assistance? You swallow roughly, and usually you shake your head. You turn your head away from him to fumble with your keys. As soon as the door is unlocked, you step inside and move to put space between the two of you. You move too quickly and your foot catches on something, your own feet. You aren't normally this clumsy and you trip forward. But before you can hit the ground, Wingerding grabs your hips and pulls you back up. He easily lifts you off the ground. Your eyes are wide. You haven't even been lifted off the ground by anyone since. Lawrence grabs you and wraps your arms and legs around him as he starts to run. You hear it. You hear Pa screaming. But when he doesn't stop, there's a warm tingle in your chest. You tell him to duck, and he does as the sound of a gunshot rings out through the air. Seriously, Papa! Stop shooting at your kids! What the hell, man? I'm your pretty flesh-blooded dude. Also, this is not the time for this. We're having a cutesy moment over here. Behave. Your stomach curdles as your heart flutters. Your soul sings as being lifted up by him, being close to him, at feeling his touch on you. In the same instant, it ripped apart by the surge of anxiety and bitterness of the memory. The inner conflict silently rages inside of you as you fight to keep it from showing. Your whole body is tense like a coil spring, ready to jump away at any moment. Gracious, he says. You're rather accident-prone. However did you manage before me? You did? You really aren't normally so. Your tongue is tied, unable to get the words out. You want to defend yourself, but the longer you keep his gaze, the harder it is to get to think. This is why you're not allowed to think at all. Wingdings gently sets you down. His shadow places the groceries on the kitchen table. He keeps his hand on your hips. You look away, flushed from the toxic mixture of wanting to make new memories and cling to the old ones. You are a dangerous temptation. You jolt at the whispered confession. Wingding steps away from you, his hat tipped down to cover his eyes as he offers you a bow. Until we meet again, my dear, he says as he's gone in a flurry of shadows. You are left alone in the apartment, struggling to not feel disappointed. Oh my god, wait, disappointed? Was I hoping for a kiss? Yeah, come to think of it, I got a freaking kiss ourselves. What is this? Me. Oh, that got really, oh my god, me, but still my heart, oh my god. After some time, I finally calm down and resume the episode. With each breath out, you force yourself to calm down. The mess of your emotions cannot control you. You are not allowed to. You are strong. You have faced danger. You survived worse. Emotions, feelings cannot control you. Don't let the memory drag you down. You rub your hands together. Your face pinches as you keep trying to breathe. A stone weighing your stomach down. Your legs feel weak and wobbly. Oh god, so we got us getting shot by Papa, Robert in a freaking box by here, Bill rises the back of your throat and your vision doubles. Your body quivers, tremors going through it, and you can taste blood in your mouth as a hammer is taken to your chest. You try to suck in a gulp of air, but nothing happens. Before you can hit the ground, Wingdings grabs your hips and pulls you back up. He easily lifts you off the ground. He turns his head. His amethyst eyes connect with your peony gaze. You breathe in. You hold. You breathe out. You focus your thoughts, aided by the hum of your soul. Your pink eyes close shut. It takes you several minutes, but you do regain control. You are okay. You will be okay. At least you have a new pillow. You're glad you have Gross now. What else would you like to do? Well, let's go and visit Daisy and see who she is. The first thing you notice when you enter Daisy's shop is that everything yellow has been removed. Daisy greets you at the counter. Hello, Twinkle. You ask her what happened to all her yellow flowers. Another victim was found yesterday, she says. Police came by asking who was buying my stock. Not only for the yellow roses, but anything yellow. You close your eyes. Yes, you remember seeing the dessert shop had been broken into. It was startling to see it with Raltsy. You asked if the police confirmed. Not outright, she said. They don't need to with something like this. Everyone in the city knows that the yellow roses mean. Yeah, you rub your hands together. Yes, you suppose so. Dr. Rose is back. I don't want them coming around here anymore, so until that maniac is caught, I won't be selling anything yellow. She says, Sorry, Daffodil lover. It's better she keeps herself safe. You of all people know how dangerous police in the city are. They put his head in a box. Ugh. So it was the police, it was a cover-up. You okay? Daisy asks you with a frowned brow. You seem shaky. You swallow back the lump in the back of your throat. You force a smile on your face to reassure Daisy that you're fine. You're fine. Really? If you insist. Daisy trails off and she gives you a grin. Have you thought any more about me setting up a blind date? Oh, Daisy, you chuckle at her enthusiastically. The two of you talk about unimportant things for a couple of hours. She gives you a homemade chocolate chip cookie as a thanks for indulging her questions early in the week. You leave Daisy's shop. It seems your day is over. It is time to eat dinner and get ready for bed. End your day. Once you've eaten, you do your nightly routine. You wash your face, brush your teeth, change in a short night dress, and stretch, and you head to bed. Interlude. Wingdings Gaster takes a long drag of his cigarette. The end of it burning a violet hue. Lavender-colored smoke curls slowly into the air. The troll monster breathes out. A low groan comes from the floor. Wingdings ignores it and takes another drag. He breathes out slowly, violet smoke intermingling with his exhale. The groan turns into a loud moan. Wingdings moves his gaze down to look at the noisemaker. A human man lays on the hard floor. His legs are snapped in half at the knees, each in a different direction. The knees were pounded in by a baseball bat, which lay splintered beside the man. His face is bloodied and bruised, his jaw dislocated, so all he can do now is make gargles and moans. The swelling on his face has puffed up to the point where the man can't even open his eyes. He is dying. The fact that he hasn't already died from either blood loss or shock shows how strong the man's will to live is. A futile effort. Wingerdings didn't come here to leave survivors. The monster takes another drag from his cigarette as he watches the man struggle. He blows the smoke in his face, causing the man to choke and wheeze. Wingerdings looks away. Assessing the area again, he's certain it's perfectly staged, but it never hurts to check thrice. This was a beautiful man on the east side of City. This neighborhood is only for the rich, elite, and powerful. Wealthy businessmen, visiting diplomats, noble monsters, and of course, high-ranking mafiosos. It's the kind of neighborhood where everyone has servants to tend to their homes, and the wives spend their days drinking wine and gossiping. The mansion belonged to a valued member of the Birch family, the son of the head, to be precise. He and his wife lived here. Well, they're dead now. Now he sits slouched in the recliner with a gunshot to the head, and his wife is hung from the chandelier in a most unflattering manner. The main room where Wingerdings currently is a chaotic mess of bodies, bullet holes, gore, and the furniture has been destroyed with many men and women dangling across it. Ugh, all icky gross. Each of them with either been beaten with a bat or shot. They had to die by human means. The servants are strewn across the mansion. There's one on the front lawn with the head smashed in by a sledgehammer. Wingerdings takes another drag of a cigar. It's a mess, and he detests how barbaric it looks. Ugh, it's absolutely gross just listening to it. I absolutely hate the human method of killing things. Ugh, so messy and vile. But it's perfect for what he needs it to be. Violent, impulsive, human. It's a very human stage. It wasn't easy to use their tools. Wingerdings prefers his magic any day over the sensation of beating a meat sack with a glorified stick. And the smell of gunpowder is difficult to get rid of, even with his cigarettes. Wingerdings is pleased by his review of the area. Not a single thing where it should be. It's not an elaborate scheme. This play he's beginning, it's not a single thing where it should not be. It doesn't need to be. Rather, Wingerdings has found that the simple solution is always the best. Overcomplicating matters raises the risk of things going wrong or taking an unexpected turn. AKA, when all else fails, get them to beat each other up. It's fine. See. He's a patient monster. He knew opportunity would come, and he seized it the moment it did. The man groaned again. It's time for him to leave. The courier should be arriving shortly. Wingerdings steps on the man's neck and crushes his throat, and the groaning stops. He disappears into the shadows. Which then, of course, Wingerdings returns home in the early hours of Monday morning. He steps out of the shadows, the tendrils lingering around his shoes. As soon as he steps inside, he hears the familiar shout of his youngest brother. "Cigarette out!" Wingerdings clicks his tongue. He steps outside and then crushes his cigarette in his left hand. He dumps the ashes outside, and the monster re-enters his home and tugs his tie loose. He takes off his black jacket and hangs it on the standing coat rack, along with his hat. He notices there are 2 other hats on it. He heard Papyrus already, but it looks like his other younger brother is home as well. He takes off his shoes and neatly sets them over to the side. All their shoes are perfectly lined up in the front. Neither he nor Papyrus would tolerate a mess at home. Sans Gaster enters the front room. The large monster must have returned home recently. He still has his tie on. "Hey, you're back." "I am," says Wingerdings. "Where were ya?" asks Sans. "Missed a hell of a game." Wingerdings murmurs. "Opportunity arose unexpectedly." "Which kind?" asks Sans. "Do we need to go out tonight?" "No, I have finished it," he says. "It simply took time." "All night?" "You reek of gunpowder," Sans sniffs. "I had to do it the brutish way." "You hate that way." "I know," agrees Wingerdings. Sans thinks for a moment, his eyelids shrinking as his eye sockets widen. "Wait, did which?" "The Birch prodigal son." Sans grins. "You should have let me know. I would have helped." "You had plans," says Wingerdings. "I did not." Papyrus enters the front room. "Stop loitering. Breakfast will be ready soon." "Oh, thank you," the 2 say. "You are welcome." Wingerdings asks Sans, "Did you come home recently?" "Yeah, 10 minutes for ya," says Sans. "Got on a hot streak at Grillby's." "Ah, all the usual." "Plus Kara," says Sans. "Brat snuck out again." Sans snickers. "And I had to drag them home again." You should not antagonize the Dremere family by letting their brats play at the bar, Wingdings warns. Papyrus adds, it's not worth getting on their bad side, Sans. Yeah, but again, it's still not his, responsibility, isn't it? Technically Grillby's. It's Grillby's goddamn bar, not Sans' responsibility to watch the little brat. I'm just saying. Wingding's expression darkens. Actually, wait. Sans shrugs. Anything else go on with your night, Wings? Wings' expression darkens. Night, no. That's a nasty face, observes Sans. What's wrong? Wingdings closes his eye. He immediately thinks of her. Twinkle. Oh my, he's thinking of me already. Oh my goodness. Whew. The woman with the vibrant pink eyes and intoxicating smell of vanilla. She didn't even react when she almost died from the flower pot. She didn't even flinch. I mean, it's a flower pot. As if she knew she'd be fine. That she wasn't in any danger. She wasn't. Wingdings knocked over to get a reaction out of her, but he hadn't anticipated such a calm response. It both impressed and aggravated him. He reopens them. She has a constant thought in his head, a distracting whisper that he can't ignore. Oh dear, it's okay. My character as well is having some issues. Don't worry, you're not the only one. Nothing, he says quietly. Nothing I have time for, anyway. Not when everything has been primed. The gas has been poured, the city well and drenched. Wingdings made the spark last night. Is there something we can help with? Papyrus asks. Wingdings does not respond right away. That worker of yours, Miss Twinkle. Yes? Keep her out of trouble, says Wingdings. Why? Sans questions is cut off when Papyrus says, okay. Of course he would. He's like, sure thing, don't worry, brother. I will make sure that she doesn't get in any trouble. I'm going to wash up first, then I'll eat. Thank you, dear baby bones. You are welcome, says Papyrus. Whatever you need, bro, says Sans. What if I need a twinkle? Will you bring her to me with a pretty little bow on top? Wingdings absentmindedly thinks to himself. I don't know how I would feel as that. I could feel Sans would definitely do it if Wingdings told him to do it. Wingdings decides on a cold shower instead. End of interlude. Oh, good lord. The walk to work on Monday feels off. It's hard to describe it exactly. There's tension in the air. A lot of the men and women you see on the streets walk quickly, with their heads bowed. A glance at the newspaper headline doesn't help at all. You don't see anything noteworthy, but you can't dismiss your instincts. Something happened, right? The streets are oddly empty of the usual mafiosos you've seen on your way to work. No green or orange banded hats in sight. It feels like the calm before the storm. You absent-mindedly rub your hands together, and you enter the Black Swan. The tension in the air is thick. There's a lot more patrons at the bar than normal, and you see abundance of alcohol at the tables. What happened? You go to the back room. Wendy has finished changing and is tying her hair up. Hey, Twinkle. Wendy greets you. You return a greeting. Weird day, huh? She asks. You nod. Does she have any idea what's going on? She shrugs. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe someone died. A lot of people die every day. Maybe someone important. Maybe. When he walks out, you get changed into your uniform and hang your casual clothes up in the locker. You step back out, content to simply focus on your work. Miss Twinkle? You turn to Papyrus when he calls for you. The tall skeleton tips his hat to you. I want you to apologize on my brother's behalf, says Papyrus. It has come to my attention he was rude to you. It's fine. Wingdings said he was sorry and even helped you carry your groceries. Papyrus smiles at you. That is good. Still, I hope you do not find working here uncomfortable because of him. Oh no, not at all. Papyrus seems like a fine boss. The skeleton monster seems pleased by this. Of course I am an excellent boss. I've had years of practice managing my brothers. You giggle. Papyrus' brilliant eyelights glimmer. If either of my brothers bothers you, you may come to me and I will set them straight. You thank him. You are welcome. While I have you here, do note that the Black Swan will be closed on Wednesday. How come? I am testing the kitchen to see what recipes will work best using the human appliances, he says. You offer your assistance. Are you familiar with these tools, he asks you. You know your way around a kitchen. You have to learn to feed yourself and your brother after all. Very well, I will permit you to join me on Wednesday, he says. You should feel honored to have the chance to try my food. I am an even better cook than a boss. You're looking forward to it. You found out what was weird. that is the end of the chapter. Now we're going to go for chapter 6. I'm so sorry if you can hear Pop in the background screaming. I'm going to take a pause for a minute to go and check and see if she's okay, and then I will resume recording chapter 6. And that will be a wrap for Wingdings route. That being said, oh my, I'm on someone's mind apparently. Phew. And also, here we go. This by here is the bad ending for this chapter. Enjoy or be terrified. It is up to you. And yeah, I'm going to go and record chapter 6 now after I check on Poppy. Shake your head. No, you need to leave. There's a warm tingle in your chest. You need to leave. So you do. You hurry away. Your footsteps loud as you speed walk away from the monster. You to keep to the main street, determined to not get caught alone. Whoa! Your startled shout comes from above you. You sharply look up to see something fall towards you. A tendril of black shadow slaps it from the air and into the road where it shatters. A flower pot? You realize? It's soil and flowers are scattered in the road. The shadow retreats to the monster who stands behind you. There's a warm tingle in your chest. Oh dear, he says, clicking his tongue. I can't leave you alone, can I? You can only suck in a sharp breath as you fall into a pit of shadows. What? You were enveloped within seconds and you scream silently before it could even escape you. There is only darkness as cold air fills your lungs. You cannot move. You cannot see, you cannot speak, you are bound and helpless in this expansive void. Be good when I let you out. Bad ending 4, trapped in the void. Really? All because a flower pot nearly kills me. Really? He's being like, he's just really overprotective. He really can't trust my character to do anything at all. He's like, yes, well, that's the last straw for me. Okay, I'm putting you in the void. There you at least can't get into trouble. And then I'll come and deal with you when I have time. I'm still alive? But again, I got captured. Come on, Wingdings, leave me alone. Remember, if he wants to carry your bags, let him. Otherwise face the consequences of an attempted murder by a random flower pot. Curse you, flower pot. Oh my. Also, it's kind of sweet of him though. He's been like super overprotective over you. That's really adorable. It's just a shame that he also like keeps you captive for as long until he's ready to let you out of the void. Gosh darn it. Well, there's another ending. Alright then. Oh boy.